Did he ever thank you for all that? You got him ready for the Sox.
Rick, optional skate today, but will there be any lineup changes other than the Appleton-Toninato, I guess, switch?
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that there will be game time decisions, so yeah, there will be a couple of changes.
You won't say who they are, though?
No.
Okay. Villy was recalled from the Manitoba Moose today. Is that because of some of those game time decisions?
Yes, it is. And Billy's played a lot better down there. They've been getting great reports from him. So we need a little depth up here right now because of that. And so that's why he's here, and we'll see where it goes for tonight.
You've had the mindset when you call guys up, you don't want them sitting too long. So would the idea be if he's going to be here, he's going to play at some point?
So if depending on the length of time he's here, he'll play at some point. See, I can avoid the question. And I know you're going to ask me with the same question with different wording, but that's okay.
Rick, just on the same subject of Villy, you saw you have a little chat with him at the start of the optional skate. Looked like a pep talk. What was the basis of your conversation?
Well, because again, I'm hearing great reports on his last couple of games. So listen, he's a big part of the future of the franchise. You look at the way the league is played today. Offensive defenseman, you need the mobility, you need the passer, you need the guy to join the rush. He fits that bill. So that's why he was a first-round pick, and we still have great hopes for him. Like, I'm just trying to explain to him that the way you play is the way the league is being played now. So you need a little more experience. But he was disappointed in the start of his season, but he's very happy with his play right now. So we've got to get to the point where we're getting a phone call from the staff down there saying this guy he's too good for the league, and you need to give a look at him now. We haven't got there yet, but we're getting a lot closer. And I just want him to know that when that time comes, that we will give him a good opportunity.
On the subject of Nikolai, how does he feel today, and how does that relate to what's the next step for his recovery, may it tell?
That's a good question, and he obviously didn't skate today, and we're going to have to make a call here eventually, very soon here, what we're going to do with him.
Skill's probably
Talk
the big
around
thing.
it.
Skill's probably the big thing that jumps out about the Anaheim Ducks. Just curious what goes into neutralizing that and kind of the priorities for the team tonight.
We just want to make them defend as much as we can. Like right now, that team is feeling it offensively. They've got all the skill, and they've got a very mobile defense, and they're coming at you. You watch some of their games, there's 5 guys coming at you. So the only way to stop that and slow it down is to make them defend and have good structure in the forecheck and good structure in the neutral zone, and make sure you're managing the puck properly and you're not feeding that transition, because they are a very, very dangerous team on the rush. And now they've got their 45 goals. It's 2 more than us, but they've played 2 more games. But if you watch their improvement over the last couple of games, it's just they're feeling it offensively right now, from what I can see, the difference. And not that I've studied their game a whole lot, but so we just got to kind of discourage that part of their game as much as we can.
Rick, just to go back to Nikolai, reading between the lines, but I'm guessing that the decision would come down to, does he need surgery or not?
Nothing's off the table with Nikolai right now, let's put it that way. And we're going to have to, that's decisions that, the other people will make. But right now, as we speak right now, we're not there. So we'll just, I'm talking around the question, but I can't give you the definitive answer on that. I can't.
Is it a groin injury?
It's a lower body injury. How's that, Hazy? I'm waiting for Hazy's question. Like, it's got to be a real good one. He's hiding in the corner.
Do you have a system, Rick, how you decide who your starting goaltender's going to be?
Do I have a system? Yes, I do. We've got one of the best in the league, so that makes that decision a lot easier. Now, that being said, it's been a light schedule for the last little bit. We're getting a heavy schedule coming up, and we're playing every second night now. So it's a good question of obviously from a goalie, but we're gonna monitor that very, very closely so that we're not overtaxing Connor. And it helps that David's playing as well as he has. And as you know, you're the backup goalie. If you can keep your backup goalie above 500, that's a huge step towards making the playoffs. So we've got to do both. We've got to keep Connor playing. We've got to keep him rested without overtaxing, and we've got to keep David in that rotation. Are you happy with that? Semi. So in other words, I didn't really answer your question.
Our system has changed.
Yeah. It's going to change the next little while.
Rick, I'm sure it's caught your eye. Anaheim is one of the more penalized teams in the National Hockey League. So is this an opportunity for some of your annoying players to play against to maybe do their thing to a more of an emphasis tonight? You know, I'm thinking along the lines of Dubois, maybe Asamont, Manalainen.
Yeah, but some of those numbers are based on their total season. We always go by what they're doing recently, right? That's all that matters. Some of those stats you get and the analytics you get, they're based on the whole season. Some of that stuff's not as important as what they're doing right now. And they're playing better right now, and they're playing more discipline right now. So what went on the first 12, 13 games, sometimes that just it obstructs everything else, what they're doing right now, and you can't look at that stuff. We have to look at what they've done the last couple of games, and they've played better, and they're playing with more discipline. Good? Thanks.
Everybody, good morning. Thank you for your patience. Just finished basically a picture gallery up there with the whole locker room, it seemed. Welcome to the press conference for the Winnipeg Jets Hall of Fame induction ceremony going on tonight prior to our game against the Anaheim Ducks. Our newest inductees, Mr. Teemu Selanne and Mr. Teppo Numminen. The usual protocol, please grab a microphone, identify yourself, who you're with, so that Teppo and Teemu know who they're talking to, and we'll quickly open it up to questions from the floor. Whoever has the mic.
By the way, you can see that who are from California, nice tan. Some people have here.
Same up here. Finland,
Teemu,
California.
Kelly Moore from 680 TJOB. Welcome back. I guess, this was obviously be planned to have Anaheim here rather, but also with Dallas Aiken's part of it as well. Because of where he was when you scored that goal, does that make it just a little more special?
Yeah, he asked me that if he can get Hall of Fame too because he catches the glove. And I said, absolutely. And no, it's pretty cool, and it's great timing that the Ducks are here and two of my favorite teams. And I've had great memories from both. So it's going to be a special night. And obviously, Dallas also as a coach, it's a small hockey world. And it's nice to be a part of that tonight.
Teppo, have you been able to use the time here in Winnipeg to get caught up maybe with some people that you might not have had the opportunity if you hadn't been here for 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, we had, it's been 3-4 busy days here, and my daughter's here, so we've been driving around Winnipeg, River Heights, and showing all the...
He couldn't find his house.
Yeah, because it was painted green. It used to be white, but yeah, everything was there. So it has been nice to have family here again, and my daughter's here. They haven't been in Winnipeg, so it's the first time, and it's been great to show them the city and where we used to hang out and tell stories of the past and meet all the friends we have here. So really great time, and it's been fun.
Did you show all the bars and the Palomino Club?
Yeah. Everything.
Teemu, Teppo, John Liu, TSN. Question for you both. That you don't have a plane connection to this particular building. So when you have been going around the city and seeing that the Winnipeg Arena is gone, the Queen's portrait is somewhere in storage somewhere, how do you process being back in the city and linking those hockey memories to the fact that you're going to be celebrated and honored here tonight in this building?
Well, obviously, I played in this building a few times. But obviously, all the great memories are from the old Winnipeg Arena. It's kind of sad that it's not exist anymore. But I flew back here when they had the ceremony for the old arena. But obviously it's a little different. But I love that the rink is here in downtown, and we were actually laughing yesterday that a little bit different facilities here now than in the back of old days. But that was very historic building and great memories and a lot of history. But obviously it's a kind of a different organization too. So I think it's fine like that.
Yeah. Well, for sure, it's different times, and history has changed and moved on, and like everything should move on and get better. And now this is a great facility here, and we have our memories at the old arena. And we were just laughing today. Remember the times when after the games you leave the rink and you step outside to the parking lot and start looking for your car, and it's like minus 35 and windy, and your hair is all wet, and things have changed, but it's all around hockey, and that's what matters.
Do you anticipate that tonight will be emotional experiences for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a big honor, and a lot of memories, and for sure it's going to be emotional time, and it's nice we can share it together and with our families. So yeah, get nervous about it, but excited.
Yeah, and, obviously it's so special to go and do this with Teppo. Obviously, Teppo was a huge factor for me when I came here. He was like an older brother for me at the time, and with his help, you know, I didn't really have to worry about anything else. You know, we were joking about yesterday that not many times I even knew what time we have practice, but he knew, so I was just following him, and sometimes I ask in the plane that which city we are going. So I was very focused in hockey, and I didn't have to worry about anything else. So it was he did a great job.
Yeah, it was challenging because we were back then. You know, we were flying commercials and we were changing airplanes and hanging at the Minnesota airports and trying to find, you know, McDonald's or something to eat between the flights,
and always middle seats.
So there was a lot. There was a lot of. It wasn't just buses at this time. It was airplanes this time too. So it was fun and challenging, but it was good.
Teemu and Teppo, Murata Tesh with the Athletic in Winnipeg. One of the other changes, I guess, is, you know, from your era is that we hear all these stories about all street hockey in River Heights, or, you know, fan engagement and all of that sort of stuff, just kind of out in the wild of the city. I'm wondering if you could each share maybe a memory of something like that.
Yeah, obviously, you know, like the one thing here is that when it's a small city and when it's getting cold, there's not too much things to do, and which is good thing because you can focus on hockey. But we were young guys and we want to stay active, and that's why I said that the team was so close to each other, because almost every practice we went to lunch together somewhere, and then later we went to play pool or whatever, bowling or something together, you know. So we didn't have so many friends out of the team, so all our buddies were actually our teammates, and you know, and then I was super active. I can't stay still, so I saw kids playing street hockey in the street, and I said, "Can I join?" And they're like, "Oh, sure." And no, it was a great time. There's such a great memories, and especially when I was young here, I was very active with pretty much everything outside. So I always said that I'm very proud and thankful that I started here. The hockey means so much for this city, and when you realize that, then you just really appreciate that what you do, and if you can give great excitement for the people here. And I always said, if you treat people well here and you play well as a hockey player, you're gonna be a king here. So great memories.
Yeah, like Teemu said, our teams are even before when I got here, '88. There was like a routines on a team that made the team spend time a lot of time together off the ice as well, and because you know it's a smaller city, so everybody lives close by, so it was easy to get everybody to get together, and when you do that, then you get involved with the community and people around you, and then you find out who you're going to play for, and you know you have to have a reason, really a reason, and who you play for, and then you get to know your city and your community and people around you, and that really. I think made the teams stronger and closer on the ice as well.
This one also for both of you. I assume that at some point you've considered, and this has happened before, you're going to be honored. You've had long careers, respected careers. At stages like this, how does it feel compared to how you imagined it might be at some point earlier in your career?
Well, to be honest, we know both. We think that, you know, we would never imagine that what kind of career we would have, and but at the time when you play, you don't think about this kind of stuff. That what could happen, and how far you can go, and what kind of things will happen afterwards. You just want to play as well you can, and good things happen or they don't. And but if somebody would told me like earlier in my career that what will happen and what kind of career I would have and all this Hall of Fame things, I would probably tell the guy you're crazy. So, but again, like we both have been around great people, great players for pretty much whole life, and we were able to play with the great players and fairly healthy too. So usually good things happen when you put all those things together. And but I think that it's a humble feeling to be here again tonight. It's a big honor for sure, and sharing this with obviously with the Anaheim people and Anaheim team, it makes it even more special.
Welcome back to Winnipeg, gents. Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Teemu, you talked about not being able to stay still. I think you caused a bit of a buzz yesterday. You were spotted playing pickleball. Are you as good of a pickleball player as you were a hockey player? And
not quite. No, but it's a fun sport. It's a very social sport, and it's not too difficult. So we had a great time. Bunch of our local friends. We went to play a couple hours, and of course the beer tastes better after that. A little sweat. So no, I love sports, And today I think we're gonna go play tennis a little bit afternoon, and before we come back here. So I enjoy do things like that. Obviously you can't play golf right now.
Right.
The weather is just a little too much, but.
I was going to say, I imagine it's an indoor tennis game today, not outdoor.
Oh, yeah.
Just a technical question. You wore 2 different numbers during your time in Winnipeg, so maybe take us through. What was the debate, or was it a no-brainer to go with 13 as the number that's going up?
8 has always been my favorite number. It has been following me like a nice way. Even our first street was number 8, and my first motorcycle I went to buy, it was number 8 and stuff. So I know it's going to be my number. But then when I came here, obviously Randy Carlyle had number 8, and when I played soccer I was 13. So, and I always loved that number 13. And so then when Carlyle retired, and I think it was my 3rd year, I took the 8 here, and so. But somehow in the Winnipeg era, in my mind, I was number 13, and obviously the Ducks. Actually, I was 1 year 13 in the Ducks too when I came back after 2000. I think it was 2005 after the lockout year. I was 1 year number 13, which is great number too, and I always kept that. But I still 8 is the main number.
Hey, it's Scott Billick, Winnipeg Sun. Just wondering if you guys would share any of your best Palomino stories, or no? I'm kidding. No.
Well, I almost started.
Unless you want. Unless you want. I don't know if you guys saw any of the Borja Salming stuff in Toronto on the weekend, and just kind of like, it's been years since Borja played, and for you guys, it's been years since you played here. Does it surprise you at all that how much the fans are still kind of behind you and support you guys and that sort of thing?
Well, with the Borja thing, that was really emotional to watch, and growing up idolizing him. It was really touching to see it on TV, and I guess you grow up, you follow teams, you follow players, and that's part of your youth or growing up, and so that really stays with you rest of your life, and motivates you, and keeps the positive memories with you. So on tough times, you can always go back to the past and live the memories like we have here. So I think it's the timeline that it's not going to come back, but it's special.
Yeah, and like I said, I think especially in Canada, like the hockey is such a huge thing what unites everybody, and same thing in Borja, like what impact he left in Toronto. after all these years, he's still a king there, and that just shows that like how much people appreciate your effort out there, and then of course off the ice too. I think we all hockey players are very, very thankful and happy that we can be a part of the community too with the charities and do the right things and be good role models and stuff. And again, like here, like a perfect example. If you're 2-year-old little baby or 80-year-old older person, they love hockey. They live and breathe with hockey, and then it's always amazing when you come here and you realize the passion for hockey, and when you realize that you can give some excitements for them and something that they get excited. And people always ask me like how we have nerves or energy to sign everybody's autographs and stuff. I said, if you can make one little extra smile and make people happy here, like it's gonna take 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of my time. It's not a big deal. So, and they appreciate that, and that's why I think that it's one reason why I've been so popular here. I'm a very open guy. I like the people. I like to talk to people, and I like to please fans. And I think it's a two-way street, and it has been. That's why this place has always been very special.
Sean Reynolds with Sportsnet. Teppo, what was it like to see? What were the emotions like when you saw the Dale Hawerchuk statue?
Well, just overwhelmed. Coming here as a 20-year-old, I learned so much of veteran players we had. We had Dale, we had Randy Carlyle, Laurie Boschman, and Thomas Steen on our team. And I think those players really showed, or I learned so much from them on the ice and off the ice, how to prepare and how to be a professional, and how to behave on the ice and off the ice. And I think that really helped my career and so on. But Dale deserved all the credit. He was a great captain, great leader, and just a fantastic person. So I'm really happy and glad that Dale gets the recognition and he deserves.
And you guys mentioned that Leafs ceremony. I can imagine, when you're part of that brotherhood that you were talking about, how you're still a king in the city after all that time. If it's the Leafs, if it's the Bruins, if it's the Canadians, there's a lot of history to there. The Jets are doing a really good job of relinking this, new team that was lost for a while to their history, and you guys are clearly a part of that. What is unique about being part of the Jets brotherhood compared to maybe some of those other teams?
Well, like I said, I think that hockey, it's just for everybody here, and it's amazing, like how much power the hockey can give for the people and the fans and the team, and the team has done a great job. Obviously, Mark Chipman with his all the True North charity stuff and everything. It's hockey is on one side, but then giving back for the community and the fans and the people who needs help. That's they have really adapted that very well, and I think the people appreciate that, and they like to support the hockey team. Maybe one reason because of that, and obviously what you do on the ice, that's another thing. But I always said that there's a reason why they call it friendly Manitoba. People really look after each other here, and they want make sure everybody's doing well, and when everybody pitch in, that's Winnipeg, and people can be very proud of what they have done here and how they live the life and how they look after each other here.
Ali Losov with Bally Sports and the Ducks. Teemu, must you root for the Jets tonight, or can you cheer for the Ducks?
That's a tough question. I think I just hope it's going to be great game. Obviously, both teams have a big part of my success, and I hope it's going to go to overtime and a penalty shot, because that's what I like.
All right, everybody. Tommy, did you have any questions in Finnish or?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Be here.
So I want to thank everybody.
He's a VIP. We give him one-on-one.
Long way to come. It's a long way.
Yes. We talk about Palomino stories.
Wanna
And
thank-
those